The goal of this episode is we want to pull back the curtain on how we at Midnight Marketing think about our philosophy when it comes to client experience.
Something that I got excited about was really pursuing just client experience and knowing that our agency was kind of two sides to a coin. So one side really being the creative output and the quality of our content. And the second side to the coin that was always very important to our founder was the client experience. And I remember going to Tim and just saying, hey, like, I love a challenge and this gives me adrenaline. So I was kind of just like, put me in, coach. When I first entered the agency, when I applied, I obviously naturally looked at the website and it said something like, if you know, you know. Like, if you know us, you know us. And it was a lander and it was like, that's all it said. And it was just so funny because I'm like, is this company real? Like, what am I applying to? And turns out we were just so heavy on word of mouth and leaning into client experience that we didn't need all of the intense marketing or the marketing that came with it. And of course, we've evolved since then, but this is still a core pillar to us. We're about 60 right now on just marketing. Excitingly enough, we do have a waitlist of clients lined up for the remainder of the year.
With our model, we don't have long contracts, so earning our customers' trust every single month, we have to continuously hit that mark. Let's say I'm a new customer. What does the client experience look like from A to Z?
Our client experience philosophy has a lot to do with speed, but also convenience. We want to be an extension to their team. We bring the energy. We say it should be the most fun meeting in their week.
How do you define customer success?
Customer success to me is making sure that...
Let's roll. Okay. Well, the goal of this episode is we want to pull back the curtain on how we at Midnight Marketing think about our philosophy when it comes to client experience. As an agency, obviously, the client experience is what keeps the boat running. So as customer success manager, I want to hear your philosophy and just how your experience has been over the past few years, how our client experience has evolved over that time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really been an incredible journey. So I've been at Midnight for 3.5 years now. And it's just been amazing to see the company grow from where it was in really just year one till today. So I started as a project manager at the company, very similar to what our marketing coordinators do now, managing kind of an array of accounts and different clients. And something that I kind of got excited about was really pursuing just client experience and knowing that our agency was kind of two sides to a coin. So one side really being the creative output and the quality of our content and ensuring that things were memorable and our deliverables were memorable. And the second side to the coin that was always very important to our founder was the client experience. And based off of my background, it was just something that I knew I really wanted to get into. And kind of how I did was really a really fun experience, actually, the way that we were managing the agency and overseeing kind of a team of marketing coordinators. We would obviously have the opportunity to work with clients, and obviously, I guess when a client would, let's say, let us know that maybe we weren't hitting the mark on something, I got really excited. And I remember going to Tim and just saying, hey, like, I love a challenge and this gives me adrenaline. So I was kind of just like, put me in, coach, like give me the opportunity.
Put me in the trenches.
Yeah, exactly. And I just got so excited and I just felt so amazing after, really understanding our clients and speaking to them and hearing out what they needed to potentially just have fixed or improved on, and being able to do that for them was really incredible.
I want to hear a little bit more. We were talking about this yesterday, but you said in the early days of Midnight a few years ago, we very much evolved from word of mouth and just doing a great job for one customer, and that snowballed. But back in those early days, we didn't really market ourselves. So tell us about the website that we had when you first joined, and then how the customer experience has evolved since then.
Yeah, so we were definitely very heavy on word of mouth, and I was obviously new to that when I first entered the agency, to the point where when I applied, I obviously naturally looked at the website, and it said something like, if you know, you know. Like, if you know us, you know us. And it was a lander, and it was like, that's all it said. And it was just so funny because I'm like, is this company real? Like, what am I applying to? And turns out we were just so heavy on word of mouth and, leaning into client experience that we didn't need all of the intense marketing or the marketing that came with it. And of course, we've evolved since then, but this is still a core pillar to us. This is still extremely important, and we've continued to invest in this department.
And let's say I'm a new customer, I'm coming to Midnight. What does the client experience look like from A to Z? Walk me through it.
Yeah, so what we've noticed is that upon kickoff, so when we really commence our partnership together, there's a couple of things that are really important to hit the ground running. Yeah. So one being the opportunity to understand the brand of the company that we're working with. So really understanding their brand guidelines and their colors and their fonts and how they're defined from a brand position statement. So we like to start with that. We like to have an onboarding process 2 to 3 weeks before the official kickoff to understand the brand, understand the brand elements and the colors that we're going to be able to play around with. Yeah. And the second half to that, which is that second half to the coin, is the marketing strategy. So what is this client hoping to achieve with us? What does success look like in, let's say, those first 4 to 6 weeks? And I'm able to help define that. So really understanding what type of resources are going to be needed to achieve success together. What does this partnership ultimately look like? What's the best way to hit the ground running so that I can ultimately prepare their marketing coordinator, who's going to be their main point of contact, before the kickoff, and we can get started on deliverables and we can get started on strategizing prior to that day. So that's kind of our step one, really, where we meet with the client, we speak with them, we understand them, we have this opportunity to connect on a call together and better understand what their needs are before we officially even partner up.
It's a collaboration, right? Like this process it works both ways, and the best instances is when clients really truly collaborate and get involved and get excited. That's what we're trying to achieve here, right?
Yes, we do have an onboarding form, which of course to some clients is seen as homework a little bit. And what's really, really fun is when we receive the onboarding form back and we get those responses back within, let's say, 24 hours. We know, okay, this client is serious about their marketing. They're super excited to get started. And then we get excited about the opportunity to work with them. So the dedication that is shown and the energy that is given, especially in those first core 4 weeks, ultimately leads to success altogether. There's a lot that we can do to work autonomously. And it's something that we're very proud of, that after a certain period of time, we can absolutely take the reins and be kind of like this extensive arm to their company and potentially their marketing department. But initially, the collaboration is key.
But yeah, like you said, a lot of the time, especially within the industry that we serve, our clients come to us to be that extension of their marketing department, because a lot of times they don't have an extensive team. So having that speed and flexibility that we can take the hands off their plate, yes, it needs to be a collaboration, but at the same time, like you said, it should be autonomous eventually. Yeah.
So I mean, a little bit about our client experience philosophy has a lot to do with speed. So speed in deliverables, speed in communication, but also convenience. And what we mean by that is we want to be a convenient partner for our clients. We want to be an extension to their team. We want them to feel like when they come on to a client call, a virtual call, that it's almost like they've walked into our office and we're really just right there and willing and available to help them and guide them through marketing and what's best for their company. So those are some key pillars that are really important to us.
How about simplicity?
Simplicity is a fun one. It's something that I hold quite passionately. It's a pillar that I think is super important because anytime you experience speaking with somebody, anytime you experience client experience, which is probably happening several times in a week and really anything that you personally do, you want just a simple conversation. You want to understand, okay, what's the information I'm being given? Is the response relevant to what I'm asking? Am I clear on what those next steps look like? Do I feel like I'm in the right hands? Do I feel like this is a trusted conversation? And you always want to walk away feeling like you've been heard, right? And that you feel taken care of, and that this person who's guiding you through whatever experience you're going through is going to guide you through to the end. So going to follow through.
And I think as well, especially with our model, like we don't have long contracts. So earning our customers' trust every single month, we have to continuously hit that mark. So obviously there's a lot of pressure involved with that. So how have we adapted to that and built a process that we're able to maintain our customers' trust every single month and keep winning back their business month to month?
I think it all comes down to just planning ahead, just really having a quarterly game plan that you can come back to and pivot if you need to. So we always like to plan 3 months at a time. So marketing is a long-term play. There's a couple of quick wins that you can get through and attack on a month-to-month basis, but there's these really important strategic aspects that you're going after, and that might look like a 3-month timeline. So from there, we like to break it down and make it digestible for whoever we're speaking to or the team members involved in the account, whether on our end or the client's end. So we'll break that down into a monthly plan with KPIs, with specific data frameworks that we're going after to be sure that we're on the right track as well. So from there, we're able to understand, okay, in this month, this is what we would like to achieve together. And internally, we break that down week by week. So we have a very clear picture as to where do we want to go and how are we going to get there.
And what happens when things don't start off on the right pace? Like how do we adapt to situations like that?
I think one of the biggest things we do is right away, I'm able to hop on a call with our clients. Our speed to response is important too. So as soon as we get a little inkling that maybe something's off, I hop on a call, I have a discussion with the client, and usually what we find is a realignment opportunity for both us and the brand. So we're able to kind of bring in the appropriate resources to have an in-depth conversation where we can be transparent and open with how things are feeling, where there's opportunity for change, where there's opportunity for improvement, and we're finding solutions to make sure that we can realign on whatever those specific aspects, wherever those need to be changed.
I think an interesting question as well, like we spoke a lot about the customer side and like how we adapt to situations there. But let's say I'm a new employee starting at midnight. How do I come in and hit the ground running to win my client's trust? What are some tips you would give to someone just starting out as like a marketing coordinator managing an account?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we always say is just like get out there, try new things. There's really no one size fits all when it comes to marketing. And we understand that new team members coming in, they're excited, they're bringing in a fresh new perspective. So we're eager to see what they bring to the table, what kind of ideas they have for the account. So we always say get creative, trust your instincts, remain confident, try things, fail fast, and then just pick up the pieces and keep going. That's extremely important. And in terms of client experience, having the confidence and understanding that we as a leadership team, we trust your instincts. So we got excited about working with you. And sometimes it just takes yourself to really remember, okay, like I can do this. I have the experience. I'm excited to be here. I'm doing the work. I am dedicated to the job. I'm dedicated to client experience. And usually one of the questions we get the most in interviews is, what do we like most about the job? What do we like most about midnight marketing? And that's always a really fun and one of my favorite questions, because I really just get to boast about the agency and just everything we've accomplished, and more importantly, our team culture. And I think if you have a team that just loves what they do, it then, extends, and it makes our clients even more excited to work with us, because they can tell when somebody's speaking that they're extremely passionate about what they're talking about. They care so deeply about the success of the business as a whole. And they're building these relationships, and they really get excited about speaking to our clients every day. Yeah,
marketing, it shouldn't be boring. It should be fun. And when you do bring that passion, like you said, it translates to the client experience, and clients get excited. And every time we show up on a call week to week, it's a call they look forward to. Like that's the goal.
Oh, right? Yeah, we bring the energy. We definitely bring the energy. We say it should be the most fun meeting in their week. You want to come on, you have to bring that smile. You want to be excited about what you're talking about. When you're speaking to your work, you want to be proud of what you're showing. You want to be excited. And I think that translating, and like you said, gets our clients excited, because if you're speaking to your work and you're super excited about where this is going to go and where this may lead and what this could potentially turn into, then you're going to get buy-in, right, on your ideas. So that's what really excites everyone.
And you have to talk about the why, like why are we doing this? Not only speaking with passion about the campaign or piece of work that you've built, but also like, why is this important? And then what's next as well. You have to keep building that picture for your client.
Yeah, we always talk about having a storyline, a through line. This is marketing is storytelling. And when we're building out a strategy, we want it to be told like a story. And when we're presenting the information, we want it to be told like a story. So there has to be an explanation as to why are we suggesting this, and what can the outcome be, and what do we want it to be.
One thing that I did want to touch upon that we skipped over a little bit is what happens when a client leaves. What does our offboarding process look like, and why do we pride ourselves so much in having a smooth transition if a client decides to leave?
Yeah, I think it comes back to what you said earlier, where we do earn our business every month. So we earn your trust every month, and we earn back your business every month. So onboarding is just as important as offboarding, and vice versa. If both of those moments in time, we want to put everything we can into those moments. And offboarding is an opportunity for us to prove all of the work that we were capable of accomplishing together. So we'd like to put together a little package of everything that we've ever created for this company and this brand. So what we'll do is send off a folder with all of the deliverables. Nothing is ours. We always hand everything off, and we're available for questions and anything that they would explicitly want additional. And then what we like to do is I like to have a bit of like an exit interview almost with our clients, and be able to speak through what was their experience like, what are the things that matter to us most, and how did they feel about the way that our client experience was, the amount of communication, our weekly expectations. So we have very strict processes on how we communicate to our clients on a weekly basis, and we have deadlines in regards to when specific things can be expected to be received by clients. So I like to have that opportunity to speak with them and gather some feedback on how they're feeling. And I think that from experience, they are really grateful for the opportunity to do that. And usually what that leads to is us having an opportunity to make changes to our processes, which is an opportunity for us to keep growing.
Yeah, well, like we said, we fail fast, and we're always adapting internally our processes and learning when something doesn't go right. Okay, some of our best processes have been built from something not going right. So there's always a positive to take away from those exit interviews, right? If we just hand it off and moved on, we'd miss out on some huge opportunities to improve ourselves and keep improving our service.
Yeah, absolutely. I get really excited when they mention something that we could have improved on. I'm like, okay, great. Let me look at this. Let me investigate this. Let me see, could this lead to a new process? Could this lead to a new job? How can we develop our company? How can we improve our company to ensure that moving forward, this is something that doesn't come back up? One of the things I like to do and make sure that we are improving is that every time there is this sort of exit interview, I don't want the same feedback to be coming up again and again, because then that shows me that I haven't put in place the right solutions to ensure that clients aren't feeling this way. So it's also an opportunity for me to grow as a person and make sure that I'm doing the best I can to ensure that our customer success is successful.
I think that sets us up for the next segment that I want to talk about is what does the future of client experience look like within Midnight?
I mean, long game. We would love for our client experience to be a process that's emulated, that people look up to, and we hear from those who know us. I would love to have a client experience like you. How quickly you respond to clients is how quickly we would love to respond to clients. The dedication and the passion and the way that you care about each email and each interaction with your clients, we want to emulate that. I think long term, that would be amazing. In the short term, we're really looking at developing this department. Really, we're reinvesting, we're looking at growing this department, we're looking at putting even more people and resources in place to ensure that there's eyes on all of the objectives that we're going after for the remainder of the year and next year as well. So really reinvesting in this department is what this is going to look like for the next year for us. And
how do we do that in a way that the team doesn't have to be available 24/7? Like that's the big challenge we were talking about earlier. How do we achieve that, excellent level of client experience and success without burning out the team internally?
Absolutely. It really comes down to setting expectations, and there's moments to go above and beyond for clients, and we've done that. But by setting proper expectations into what a client can expect from a day-to-day experience of working with us, and keeping to those expectations and gaining a client's trust and creating that solid relationship with a client. I've seen it time and time again that we have clients who absolutely adore their marketing coordinators. They love their point of contact. And because of that relationship that was able to be created in a short period of time, we're able to hit the mark with these clients without being available 24/7. They know that if they need us, we're there, and we've proven ourselves time and time again. And because of that, we've created that trust. And this way, the marketing coordinator doesn't need to be available 24/7.
No, that's the goal. Continuing to elevate the client experience whilst we scale as a team, because we just hit our 5-year anniversary and the team is growing fast. Lots of new clients coming in, but obviously there's always growing pains when you're trying to scale both functions simultaneously. So.
Absolutely. We're really excited about the amount of clients coming in, and we don't want them to feel like because we're growing that there's going to be less attention on them.
No.
We actually want to continue at this pace, and if not, increase the amount of
support
and time that we put into client experience. And that's why we're also growing this department as well. We're making constant changes to our onboarding process and offboarding processes. So we're always improving to make sure that as we grow, that we can still hit the mark in this domain, in this department.
What advice would you give to another agency in a similar position that's looking to scale as a company, bring on more clients, whilst maintaining that still that same level of service?
So what I would suggest for a company similar to our agency is, one, start with having somebody who's dedicated to client experience. So someone who can ultimately recognize if a problem may arise, right? So being proactive versus reactive. At the beginning, I can say that our agency was very reactive, right? So
Yeah.
we had a lot of people looking over a lot of different aspects of marketing, and we wanted to be involved in many different departments, and we were overseeing a lot of different ideas and concepts. But we recognized that one of our pillars that is most important to us is client experience, and having the opportunity to dedicate someone directly to that opened the doors for us to keep an eye on, okay, where can we be more solution oriented? Where can we be more proactive?
Yeah.
And that also led to me being able to understand all of our key players, everybody at the company who had different strengths, and recognizing where they could come in and potentially find solutions or new creative ideas for an account that maybe needed a realignment.
Yeah.
And from there, as you continue to grow, you grow that department as well. So I think that first step is just recognizing that this is a piece of the puzzle that is extremely important to success, and having someone who can keep an eye on the client experience of your clients. And then as that grows, you grow that department as well.
Yeah, because there's only one Rachel right now in the company. And as we're scaling and onboarding more clients per month, we need more Rachels to keep the system running effectively, right? But
we need
there's
some
help on the way.
we need some big personalities. We need some great communicators. It's really important that our clients just feel like they're being heard. So I love having the opportunity to speak to our clients anytime there's an opportunity to improve. I get really excited about it.
I've seen the Fireflies analytics.
Yes.
We recently implemented AI in our workflows. Every call we have an AI note taker. But funny, as an admin, I can see all the analytics, and week to week, Rachel is always top of the charts for time spent in conversations. So
yeah, I definitely never say no to a call. If I don't answer my phone right away, it's usually because I'm on a call. But it's important to me that I can just give as much time as possible. I really care deeply about client experience. I care deeply about the success of Midnight Marketing, and I think that shows when I have conversations with clients, and when I have the opportunity to meet people in person in Houston. I think that they see that in me, that I really am passionate about their success and their happiness, and I love getting to know them on a personal level and what their lives look like outside of their business, and I think that's what creates trust.
What does a day in the life of a customer success manager look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say it's like kind of twofold. One is, or I guess three different things that I'm really focusing on. So one is taking a look at our clients who are recently onboarded. So that's an extremely important time for them. We want to make sure that they're receiving as much value as possible in their first month. So I like to do a little check-in on them to see how things are going. And then my second half to that is basically checking in on our marketing coordinators. So like we previously mentioned, our client success has a lot to do with how our team is feeling. So I like to see how the team is feeling, how their days are going. We like to keep in touch to make sure that it's an exciting week, and if support or extra resources is required, I'm helping them out with that. And then next up is I'm always looking at improving our processes. So I like to take a look at some of our checkpoints when it comes to clients. Where is there an opportunity to make some changes or improve the process? And if it's quarterly check-in season, I'm usually checking in with our clients to see how did the last quarter go? How are they feeling? If they have any ideas on where we can, not even necessarily improvements, but if they have really cool ideas that maybe they haven't had a chance to implement, I can then come in and bring in the right resources to execute on an exciting idea that maybe has just come up for them.
How do you define customer success? What would your definition of customer success look like?
I think it's For me, I mean, it's hard to put this into like a calculated response because mine is more of a feeling. I just, the way that I guess like customer success to me is making sure that your clients have this feeling of trust and that they see you as more than just a business partnership. That you're someone that almost, if they had the opportunity to like personally hire or be their friend or someone that they would invite you over for a family barbecue, you know, have like, they're making a choice where almost like if they could choose you as someone that they would get to have in their lives and in their journey, then for me, that's a win. That's a success. That means that I've done my job.
Yeah. I think marketing is very personal. You want to like do it with someone that you enjoy and you have a good relationship with. So I think that's super important.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, you're having these open conversations, your brand, depending on if it was you who created it, it's a very
it's a reflection of you. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's a sensitive topic, and you want to work with someone who's excited about growing your company as much as you are, right? So you want somebody who's going to come in and be all in and dive in with you. And that's when we get really fun opportunities, let's say with new companies who decide to work with us and they're starting from scratch and they want a logo or they want a completely new brand. And we get to dive in with them on that. We get to see them from day one. And then sometimes we get to see them 5 years down the road and we're still working with them, and they've seen how we grown as an agency and we got to see how they've grown as a company and all of the changes that they've gone through. And we like to say that, you know, we were very loyal and we were a part of their journey, and we got to experience every mountain that they had to overcome. And that's just, I'm very grateful to be able to have those experiences.
And how many customers does Midnight currently serve?
We're about 60 right now on just marketing.
Yeah.
And our web and brand lead would definitely be able to respond more to our web and brand clients. Yeah. But excitingly enough, we do have a wait list of clients. So we are lined up for the remainder of the year.
Podcast clients coming soon too.
Podcast clients coming soon. We do have openings, so we're not fully locked up till the end of the year, but we do have.
There's going to be a wait list soon.
We do have a wait list. So get in now.
Is there any other like thing that you would ever want to say on a podcast? Like, is there a question? Like, now is the time. The cameras are rolling.
Now is the time. I don't know. Honestly, it's been fun to, like, side note from client experience, it's been fun to be part of a startup and have my hand in a lot of different things and just watch the company grow and be able to say that I was part of it. So realistically, if I was ever able to say anything on a podcast, I would say just, if you have the opportunity, get involved with a startup, start a business. Yeah. It's amazing. It's just an incredible feeling to be part of something that can turn into something so big, and doing it with really amazing people. We have that opportunity. So I mean, I'm super grateful to be part of it.
Oh.
Thanks, Tim.
And on a personal level, Rach, you used to work, well, you still do weddings, right?
I do, yeah. I still do, yeah. So I am a wedding planner on the side in the summer. Montreal, it's a short period of time. Most people only get married in the summertime.
So what have you learned from planning weddings and customer success that you've brought into your role at Midnight for customer success? Because I'm sure there's been some stories that you have.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Wedding planning is, it's quite similar to what we do. It really comes down to client experience and being attentive. And especially in this type of industry, there's a lot more like hand holding. There's a lot more sensitive conversations.
For sure. For sure.
You really become a little bit of a therapist in some, family type of dilemmas that arise.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has taught me to just kind of be a listening ear, really understand what this person is trying to tell you. What are they hoping for as an outcome throughout this conversation? Weddings, of course, it's one of the the biggest days in their lives, and they want it to be as perfect as possible. So what I learned from that is really just try to be as open and like solution oriented as possible. So I want to be available to them. I want to be looking for solutions. I want to be someone that they can trust. And I feel like that translates really well into what we do here at Midnight.
Yeah. We're going to expand into weddings next.
Oh, well. Don't do it.
All right. Are you going to start? So obviously we're going to be posting this all over social media, but I haven't seen many posts come out from Rachel before. Do you think you're going to start creating more content after this episode comes out?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. It's something that I've actually looked at doing. As you know, I've been working on a little bit of a Midnight marketing philosophy for client experience. It's something that I've wanted to dive into a little bit more. I've even thought of putting out some posts around just what my thoughts are personally around client experience and getting others' opinions on what does excellent client experience look like to them, and using that as an opportunity to continue for us to grow. So who knows? It might be coming soon.
Well, we got tons of content from this episode, so watch out for Rachel posting some content soon. I'm holding you to do this.
I'm locked in now.
All right. Well, appreciate it, Rach.
Thank you so much, Rory.
All right.